You followed the story in such a literal way it became mundane. You clearly did not grasp the heavy part of it, and most definitely the part where Pegasus chapter relates to the whole point in the story behind the emotional neglect and the dark spot. I recommend to reread the story not once, but maybe twice. You are too far away from perceiving what was really going on in here. Give it another few years of individual growth and then come back to the story. This is a comment from my Oyasumi Punpun in 3 minutes video where I mentioned that I basically skipped through most of the Pegasus chapters. Occasionally these kinds of comments pop up, and I think it's hilarious that, cause I try to make light-hearted videos about really heavy pieces of fiction, some people just assume that I don't have the mental capacity to comprehend the deeper meanings stories like this might contain. And I'm not making this video to come out here like, nah, I'm not stupid, no way, I'm smart boy, no monkey brain over here or some shit, cause I'm gonna keep it a buck, I genuinely did not understand Pegasus, and I don't feel bad admitting it, cause that seems to be the common consensus among Punpun readers. To the person who left this comment, I think it's amazing that you have your own interpretation and got something out of the Pegasus chapters, but personally, and I know a lot of people are in the same boat, I was just mainly confused by them. So I did a little digging online and actually found an Inio Asano interview where he explains what Pegasus means. I'll leave the link to the full interview in the description, and at this point I'll say spoilers coming up. And oh yeah, Inio Asano is the author of Oyasumi Punpun, just in case you didn't know that. The interviewer asks, Toshiki Hoshikawa and his Pegasus Orchestra take up a puzzlingly large number of pages in the latter half of the manga. What was that all about? Asano answers, and I quote, yeah, I suspected people wouldn't be able to make sense out of it. Pegasus shows up in the middle of volume 7 where Punpun has graduated high school and is living on his own. It's the point in the manga with the least going on. It's just Punpun brooding in his tiny apartment. Now, I had that part of the manga there because I wanted to do it, but I also knew that it would be pretty dull on its own, so I thought I should add another story happening on a whole other axis. That's when I decided to use Pegasus to do a parallel story. Just as the Punpun and Aiko story is an homage to romantic comedies, the Pegasus Orchestra is actually an homage to shonen manga. I'm pretty sure no one understood this at all from reading the manga, but Pegasus was assembling a team that really was doing a battle with evil. Totally unbeknownst to Punpun, superhumans were battling to the death with forces of evil. That Daruma doll that comes out of nowhere in the last volume, that's kind of what that is. If it weren't for Pegasus and company, a meteor or something would have crashed into Earth and driven mankind to extinction, just like Punpun and Aiko wanted. The Pegasus crew saved the Earth at the cost of their lives, but nobody knows it. That was the concept. Plus, I wanted to use Pegasus as a mouthpiece for the sort of things I couldn't make Punpun say, because Punpun was already defined as a character. Like in his Tokyo gubernatorial election broadcast, Pegasus goes on about how the world is ripe for the picking, and it was right after the Tohoku earthquake that I was writing that stuff. We'd had this disaster and a lot of people were complaining a lot, but what I was thinking was, this is pretty much as good a world as there is though. I guess it was me letting off some steam, but in order for me to continue doing Punpun, he was a terribly important character. Pegasus advocates humanitarianism to such an extreme that he believes in everyone. Punpun, meanwhile, is the exact opposite, believing only in Aiko. In that sense, they're contrasting figures. I do consider Pegasus to be this manga's other protagonist. The problem is that his character is a little too unique, so no one reads him seriously. End quote. Please go read the entire interview, article, whatever it is. Inio talks about all things Punpun, not just Pegasus, and I think any Punpun fan should go read it. Go read it now, or after this video. So basically, Inio Asano wrote Pegasus in order to not get bored, to vent, and to pay homage to shonen manga. And I love the fact that technically the right way to interpret Pegasus is to just take it at face value, because it seems like a side story that has a massively deep meaning or something, and the fact that Inio technically says here that the right way to interpret it is to just take it at face value does not make anyone's own interpretation any less valid. I think you can form your own meaning to literally any piece of fiction ever. Like, it doesn't matter if the author says like, no, that's not the right way to interpret you, like, it's art is yours to consume and to think about. Some pieces might make other people think about shit, and some pieces might not make other people think about shit. Now I'm regressing back to monkey brain. The Pegasus story arc personally did not make me think. It didn't intrigue me anywhere close to as much as, say, Punpun and Aiko's story or Seki and Shimizu's story. But if it did for you, That's amazing. Once again, this is a video that I don't have any fucking clue what it's supposed to be. This is another rambly contraption. I'm gonna stop it here before I start sounding even dumber than I already do. Drop a like, drop a sub, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos, leave a comment, fucking plug time. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and I have a TikTok now. I don't know, I might delete that tomorrow, but everything is at fukurou fetus. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great day. Peace.